Hey everybody, my name is Brandon. Welcome back to Cinefessions, where we talk all things media. And in today's video, I have in my possession a box from Hamilton Book. This thing is filled with, not a ton, but a decent amount of Blu-rays. I think there's even a Blu-ray 3D in here, if I'm not mistaken. So today we are going to open this up and see what I picked up from Hamilton Book. So let's not waste any time at all. Let's dive right into my latest Hamilton Book movie haul. All right, so I have my two halves here. So let's just kind of pull these out and see what's inside. Very easy to open, as it always is, which I love. All right. Oh, that's right. I forgot. There's actually a DVD in this as well because we have an Asylum movie. This is Swim. And you can see on the sides there, but I'm sure it's on the back. There it is. That Asylum logo. So this one has Joey Lawrence in it. A tension-fueled nightmare. So there, I was going to say there's no pull quote, fake pull quote on the back, but there is. It says, in the vein of Bait and Crawl. I like both of those movies quite a lot, so I'm really looking forward to this one. Oh, you know what? There's that fake pull quote there. A tension-fueled nightmare. I love it. Not credited to anybody because no one actually said that. It's just from the marketing team. But yeah, awesome. Cannot wait to check this one out. I feel like this one got a little bit of love when it was first released over at Walmart. Whenever I was watching pickup videos, people were talking about this one. So very happy to have this in the collection with the slipcover. So that's Swim from the Asylum again. So a mix of Bait and Crawl. Two movies that I thoroughly enjoy. And then, what is this one? This is really cool. So this is from Factory 25, who I'm not super familiar with, but it's called Fake It So Real. So this is from a number of years ago, 2011, and it is a wrestling documentary about some wrestlers on the indie scene. So obviously I'm a huge wrestling fan, and I figured this would be a really cool one to add to the collection. I mean, this is so old that it has a pull quote from Mean Gene Okerlund on the back here, and Roger Ebert. So that's interesting. But very excited to check this one out. I guess it follows a group of wrestlers in North Carolina over the course of a week leading up to the big show. I am very intrigued about this one. And actually, there's a spine number on this guy, spine number 18. So again, this is from Factory 25. Let me know if you guys are familiar with this company because I don't know them at all, but that's really cool. Very nice cover art on that as well. No slipcover. Probably originally came with a slipcover, but this one did not, but that's fine. This is Fake It So Real from 2011. That looks really cool. And all right, we got another one here. Oh, okay, so this one was one that Miranda recommended over at Miranda's Movie Madness. This is Z. This is actually a Shudder original. And a lot of people were finding this at Dollar Tree a number of years ago, but I had never seen it there. So I decided to pick it up. It looks really cool. It's about the main little boy has an imaginary friend, and of course that imaginary friend is going to get creepier and creepier as the movie goes on. But I've heard good things about it, so I'm very intrigued to see if it is as good as I've heard. So that's a Shudder original, Z, on the front there, wants to play. So yeah, very intrigued by that one. That just looks cool. All right, moving right along here. There is one more in this half of the box. Okay, this just looks so random. This was kind of a last-minute add to my cart, but I couldn't pass it up. This is actually released by Dark Sky Films. We have Plague Town. So the reason I grabbed this was because of the Letterboxd reviews. They were actually pretty darn good for this, which is an independent zombie film, if I'm not mistaken. A nightmare captured on film is what the quote on the front says. So yeah, this just looks interesting. Yeah, it says a new benchmark in independent horror. I love zombie movies. I like indie horror. I figured this will be a good one based on all the reviews. So yeah, and actually has quite a few special features on here as well. An full audio commentary track with the director and producer. Then there are 2 featurettes as well. So that's pretty cool. Dark Sky Films coming through even on the indie films, so I love that. Of course, you probably are familiar with Dark Sky Films thanks to their Texas Chainsaw Massacre release. That's what I have in my collection from them that I'm aware of. But yeah, so I've heard good things about this thanks to Letterboxd, so I'm excited to check out Plague Town. Hopefully that one's good. All right, that's side 1 emptied. Let's go over here to side 2. Here is the Blu-ray 3D I was talking about. Now, technically, this is an upgrade. I found the standard 2D version at one of my local used stores not too long ago, but I had to grab it because it's on 3D. We have the Nutjob 3D. So I do have this one and its sequel. It has that lenticular cover, which is awesome. But this is one that my daughter is going to get a kick out of. She loves watching in 3D, so had to grab this one. Anything that is like this, like an animated kids film that's on 3D, I will always pick it up. This was $5 too, so a very good price. And I'll mention, I think everything in here, I think the most expensive was Fake It So Real, which was like $8, but most everything else was $6 or less. So yeah, very cool. Happy to have this one. And of course, oh no, I'm surprised. Usually when they get the Blu-ray 3Ds, they're like the French version, but this one is not. It appears to just be the standard US release. But yeah, happy to have this one in the collection, the Nut Job 3D. And we have my projector as well now that can do 3D, so it's set back up. So she has yet to watch one on there. She's just been using my 3D TV, so she's going to get a kick out of it when it's 120 inches versus, I think my 3D TV is like 45 inches or somewhere around there. So anyway, moving right along here. Actually, I have a stack of movies that I'm getting ready to put back on the wall, and I saw Jeepers Creepers 3, and I remembered, oh, that's right, Jeepers Creepers Reborn should be in this box I'm about to open, and it is here. So this is another one that I have not seen, and this was kind of an interesting thing because there are actually two different versions of Jeepers Creepers Reborn on Hamilton Book right now, at least at the time I placed this order. There is one that was like $10 that appears to be the standard US release, and then there's this one, which was, I think, $5. And this is it must be the Canadian release because it has both the English and the French on the back there. Which, I mean, for $5, I can handle the French. Like, I'm not going to spend an extra $5 just to not have the French there. But yeah, I'm intrigued. This one, of course, is not directed by the director of the original, Victor Salva. This is directed from the director of Iron Sky, apparently. Timo V. I cannot pronounce that last name and it's very tiny, so it's hard to even read it. But yeah, different director on this. So we'll see if this is any good. I've heard, frankly, nothing good about it, but I wanted to complete my Jeepers Creepers collection. I really like the first one. The second one's not that great. I've yet to watch number 3. I picked that one up not too long ago. So I'm curious how the remake or the reimagining or whatever this is going to be. I mean, it has Dee Wallace in it, so at least there's that. So hopefully it'll be decent. That is Jeepers Creepers Reborn. And then, how many left? We have 2 left in here. Oh, okay, so I love this movie too. This is Piranha DD, or I'm sorry, that's stupid. Piranha Double D is what it's called. That was silly. You know, give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab the other version I have behind me. Okay, so this is the one that I currently have, Piranha 3 Double D. I don't know if you can tell or not, but this is actually cover art that I printed out when I worked at Family Video, because that's what we had to do if we didn't have, for whatever reason, the original cover art got lost. So you can see the Family Video sticker on the inside there. So this is the only disc I have is the 3D disc. So that's not cool. Like, I want to have, all discs with it if I can. So I decided to pick up the Blu-ray with it as well. So that way I can just combine them together. So I have 1 copy of this, but I still have the 3D disc, which obviously I'm keeping. And then I will just include the Blu-ray disc in there as well. So if I don't want to watch it in 3D that day, I can watch it in 2D. So for $5, I think that's a worthwhile, I don't even know if you want to call it an upgrade. I guess technically a double dip, but I think it's totally worth it for me because now I have both discs. And I don't imagine there's any special features on this standard 3D disc. I don't recall now, but there are on this one. So, I'm getting the special features and the 2D option of watching it. And it's a great movie. This one and the original are just so over. Piranha 3D, that's what I'm counting as the original, not the Joe Dante film. It's fantastic. It is just absolutely hilarious. If you've not seen either of these, I highly recommend both. Piranha 3D obviously is better than Piranha Double D, but they're still both worth watching. So anyway, that is Piranha Double D. We'll stick my copy to the side. And then last but not least, I couldn't tell you right now what it is without looking at it. Oh, that's right. I'm excited for this one. So I actually just found out about this one not too long ago. This is called No Man of God. So I forget whose video I was watching, but they talked about this movie. They either watched it and reviewed it or they hauled it in a video. I don't remember, but I didn't know what this was about. The title doesn't sound like anything I'd be interested in, but turns out this is actually a story about the serial killer Ted Bundy, and I think it's like the FBI profiler or something. Yeah, the FBI analyst that spoke with him and got to know him and basically became friends with him a little bit while he was incarcerated. And so it's their story, which just sounds fascinating. You guys know if you follow the channel, I am a huge true crime consumer. I I read and watch way too much true crime, frankly, but it's fascinating to me. And so this is right up my alley. It's kind of a collaboration of two things I love with movies, fictional movies and true crime. So yeah, very intrigued to see how this one is. I am hoping it's going to be as good as it sounds. And Elijah Wood is excellent. So I have high hopes, but we will see. So that is No Man of God. And that is everything for this Hamilton book haul. All right, so a little bit better than I remembered ordering. So I got an Asylum film, which I love, plus a Blu-ray 3D. I mean, that's a win in my book. So let me know down in the comments below. Have you guys picked up anything from Hamilton book recently? And if so, let me know what. Any other recommendations are always appreciated. I'll mention, though, this is actually from not this most recent drop that happened, I think, over the weekend, but the one prior to that. And so I went through the one that happened most recently, and I only found maybe 2 or 3 items, so I'm not sure I'm going to pull the trigger on those or not. And actually, everything I found was just a 4K upgrade for a Blu-ray I already owned, so not terribly excited about that order, so I may just hold off on that and see what comes in the month of December, and then just add whatever's still remaining from this month. But anyway, I'd love to hear from you guys down in the comments, so leave any and all thoughts down there. I appreciate all of that. But before you guys go, I just want to encourage you all to consume some media today. Thanks again for watching and making it all the way to the end. I really do appreciate that, and I will catch you all next time.